welcome back. This is By the Book, and we're your married relationship coaches. I'm Sent.
I'm Sil.
And today we are talking about Married at First Sight, season 17, episodes 1 through 3, roughly. Jumping right back into it, guys. We got a new baby. Yay. So
He's asleep right now, so we have to go shh.
I mean, like right now.
Yeah.
And that's it. Anyway, guys, let's hurry up and get into it. Yeah. We want to do a sidebar kind of with you guys, talking about Brennan and Emily. We're really early in the season, so I haven't, I don't know if you have, but I haven't seen like their personalities kind of like pop out so that we can really see too much of where we think the clashes are going to be and stuff like that. So it's just easier for us right now, especially with the topic I want to bring up with Emily and Brennan, to do it as a sidebar. So my thing with them, I feel like this is that typical couple that the experts match up where they're like, oh, she's going to bring this out of him or he's going to bring this out of her. And I have grown over the years of watching Married at First Sight to hate that type of a matchup because it just doesn't seem to work. I'm waiting for nothing pops out at me. If it pops out at you right now, babe, just let me know what couple it is. But I haven't seen the couple. I can't think of the couple where they said this. They're polar opposites. This one's gonna bring out this side of this one, and vice versa, and it work. It just doesn't seem to happen, you know. And take the most recent example for me anyway, like Dominique and what was the guy's name? McKinley,
Mac.
Yeah, Dominique and Mac, it seemed like that was one of those polars. Like, she's got the, like, adventurous side. She's outdoorsy. She does this and that. McKinley doesn't like anything at all, you know. And it was horrible. It was flushed down the toilet horrible for them. And, you know, I see that with so many of the times that they say that they're going to match up opposites, it just doesn't work out. Yeah. So why? Why doesn't it work out? We think that we're looking at this person is going to complement this person's this, and it doesn't work like that. I have my opinions about why it doesn't work like that, but I'll kick it over to my husband and see if he has a different viewpoint from me.
I totally agree with you. I think the way they kind of like do these every season, they have at least one couple that they put together, and they have the polar opposites, and they say in some kind of way that this person is going to pull, this person is a loner, or this person is more to themselves, and this person is more outgoing, and so this person who's outgoing is going to pull them into their world, and then they're going to be able to be more outgoing, just like this. No. Eventually, what we see is one will reject and resent the other one.
Right.
That's
exactly.
what we see what happens.
Yeah.
Now, you know, when we're talking about, you know, compatibilities and things of that sort, you know what? Here's the thing. At the end of the day, you need people that are going to share like principles, like values. Those are the things that you really can build upon. Now, when we're talking about personality traits, something that a person has versus someone who doesn't have it, that's all. Again, a person's going to resent them, you know, probably eventually, you know, because they're going to say to themselves, I'm like this, so what's wrong with you?
Yeah.
You know, and that's going to set up the whole argument, and we're too different, and all of this different type of stuff. So for supposed experts, why put them together? Now, I do understand if a person has a strength versus another person has a weakness, and then you put them together, and then they're able to kind of complement each other.
Right. And we talked about that earlier, like maybe a budgeting issue. Yes. If I overspend and he's very, you know, cautious and conscientious about his money, and I'm like, okay, I need help budgeting. And that's the thing too, is openness. Like, if I want you to help me with budgeting or with wardrobe or like whatever it is that you have, you know, where one person obviously has a strength and the other person may have a deficit, if you're open to that, that's great. But if you're going to try to force these people together, like Mac and Dominique, and here she is trying to drag him out to get on horses or, to do excursions. No, like, he's miserable and she's annoyed. And that's how it seems to go. Yeah. Like, you have to present people opportunities to bring something out of somebody, so to speak, that they want to be brought out of them. Mm-hmm. And that's not what I'm seeing. I'm seeing the experts just saying, oh, this person is introverted, this person is extroverted. Let's see if they can, like, meet in the middle somewhere. Mm-hmm. And it's just not reality. Yeah. Unfortunately. And I feel like with Brennan and Emily, what we're seeing is Emily is like this young kind of, she ain't even that young, really. Right? She's 29, almost 30 years old. Is she older than him? I think she might be. But she's young acting. She has a young spirit and life of the party, she calls herself, right?
Yes.
Life of the party.
She self-identifies, yeah.
Taking shots off of the strippers, blah, blah, blah. Okay, I mean, if that's your flavor, that's your flavor. Brennan does not seem like that guy. Mm-hmm. So is he going to look at her like, is she ready for this process? Or even something a little more harsh? Yeah. Is he going to look down on her? Maybe. Yeah. Or is she going to look at him like he's very boring? I feel like this is setting itself up to be the pilot and...
Oh, yeah, I know who you're talking about. I can't think of her name.
I want to say the alcoholic, but I have no conclusive evidence that girl's alcoholic. But she did like to drink. Yeah. But it feels like that. Yeah. It feels like a situation where they're not going to be well matched. Yeah. Because he's going to be a lot more reserved and she's going to be still, like, out on the town with her girlfriends trying to, like, bring home strippers. Yeah, well...
Oh, wow. Where do I start? I mean, this girl at the bachelorette party was bending over, showing her hoo-hoo.
And she was drunk. You could tell she was drunk. I think she was trying to, like, twerk on the wall or, like, I don't know, somehow balance with her legs up. It looks like something that she probably couldn't even do sober, but we get, like, intoxicated and think we can do things that we cannot do. So it looks like that's what she was trying to do. And I don't want to necessarily judge her for one drunken night, but it seems like that's her self-proclaimed persona. Yes. It's so, if that was just one drunk night and you're like, oh my gosh, I can't believe I did that. I hope my parents don't watch this episode, versus, hey, this is every weekend. This is what I want to do. That's different.
She's the life of the party. Mm-hmm. She said so herself. And, I think when a person begins to self-identify with things like that, and you're supposed to be going into a marriage, and the other thing that she says, and her friends keep saying that, she's never had a real relationship. Yeah. These are some potential red flags. Now, for me, if you never had a real relationship, but yet you are mature-minded and you are relationship minded, things of that sort. If you are thinking about these type of things in a serious manner, then there's no men around you who are as serious about it as you are. And so, you never have a real relationship. If that's your situation, then okay. But
that's not what she said.
No.
She said she dates these people she thinks is going somewhere and they just ghost her.
They ghost her. Yeah. So
I wouldn't have even admitted that in any setting.
Yeah.
And I'm a pretty open book. But if that were my story, I would have kept that to myself. Because it's a little embarrassing. Yeah. Right? Like, it says something about you. And then she has friends, and I want to call her friends haters, but I'm not 100% sure. But they cast a little shade on her every chance they get. Where it's like, yeah, well, you've been so focused on yourself, so they paint her out to be selfish and obviously immature in terms of relationships. And, like, they really don't believe that this is something that she's ready for. Mm-hmm. So I think they're right. haters or not, it's very difficult to go into a marriage not having ever experienced a relationship. It's very difficult to go into a relationship not ever having experienced a relationship. Your first relationship is probably kind of rocky because you don't know what to do. You don't know what to expect. You don't know what's expected of you. You're learning yourself. It's like on-the-job training. I don't think you should have an on-the-job trained marriage. I'm just saying. I know she's 29, so she probably feels like she's well old enough to do it. But there's some things that you just don't get better at without having experience doing them. So, does Brennan have the patience to put up with that? I doubt it. I feel like they're a definite no on decision day. And we haven't even gotten to the honeymoon. But she can't be ready. She can't be. It's impossible. Tell me if you think I'm wrong. I don't believe it.
Okay.
And I'm mad. I'm mad at the experts. Like, how did Dr. Pia let this happen? I know she knew she may not feel like she could say that much.
Yeah.
But like, somebody's got to be the voice of reason.
Somebody should. But here's the thing. I wonder sometimes where, matter of fact, I don't wonder. I know a lot of times our culture has it wrong because when you think about other cultures and their arranged marriages and things of that sort, by which this is a glorified arranged marriage anyway.
Yes.
But in other cultures, these most of the women have not had relationships, before. It's like girlfriend, boyfriend, stuff like that.
Yeah.
And so, but these marriages are able to flourish and 9 times out of 10 stay together, because divorce is frowned upon very heavily.
Yeah,
but
they've seen their mothers, they've seen their grandmothers. Their mothers were products of arranged marriages, so were their grandmothers, and the whole lineage is like that, and so they know what to probably teach their daughters and sons in terms of like what is expected of you, how this is going to go. We don't have this free to date culture, there in that society like we do here. So you're experiencing a whole different type of going from being the party girl type situation to having expectations of being a dedicated wife. And this is a challenging process to begin with. Trying to marry somebody, and be on TV and be on camera all the time. You haven't done a relationship before. Nothing. This was bad, experts. This was the worst. This is worse than Orion and Lauren.
No,
yes, it is. Yes, it is. You don't pick somebody who's never been in a relationship and put them in a marriage. Shame on y'all. I'm annoyed. This doesn't bother you.
It does, but I just don't think it's a worse match than Orion.
It's gotta be. It's gotta be. At least they've tried a lot of things. Both of them. They got experiences.
Yeah, a little too much. Down that back a little bit. Y'all don't try to look too much. A little too open. Okay.
Yeah. So anyway, guys, that's the thing. Why are they matching up people who haven't been in relationships? Like, it's almost like they just took this season and was like, this is a free-for-all. We're going to do whatever we want to do in this season. Like, they just pulled something out of a hat and was like, oh, yeah, match up somebody who's never been in a relationship. Boom, got that. We'll do that for you. Match up somebody who's queer. Yeah, we got that for you. Match up somebody who's queer with somebody else who's queer. Yeah, we got that for you. They're not trying. Sorry, I'm frustrated with Married at First Sight this season. I want to see good matches.
I'm with you.
I want to get back to the Woody and what's his wife's name? Y'all know her name. But I want to get back to like good matches where it's like, wow, okay, this is successful. It wouldn't make me watch less because it's kind of low drama. Like I want to see that.
Yeah.
And I feel like they're aiming for the drama now.
I agree. I agree. Sadly, but yeah, I agree. I think they are doing a disservice to not only the audience but to the people they're putting into this meat grinder.
All right, guys. Well, we're not going to belabor that point. We're just going to ask you guys kindly to drop your comments below, like, share, and subscribe. We are so happy to be back with you guys.
Missed y'all.
Absolutely. But we are tending to this baby who is probably about to cry in a couple of minutes. So we will talk to you guys soon. We'll watch this week and hopefully get a video here for you guys.
Yeah.
All right, guys. Take care.
Bye.